Hello, welcome to another casual Catholic art talk with Amy. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about making prints of your artwork, and I'll share my personal experiences selling prints of my Catholic art, the equipment I use, and more, and no gatekeeping, I promise. So if you're a Catholic artist, you might feel called to gift your artwork to friends and family, or maybe you're inspired to sell your art so others can be drawn closer to the faith through beauty. So whether it's just for fun or part of your business, prints are a great way to share your artwork, especially if you want to sell extra copies of a piece you've created, or if your art is digital, like maybe something you drew on your iPad. I've been printing and selling my own artwork for years, so I wanted to share some of what I've learned, hoping that'll be helpful to you. So when I first started selling, I started small. I'd take photos of my artwork, save them on a flash drive, and bring that to a local copy shop and have them printed on some nice paper for me. And this is perfect if you're just getting started because you're only paying for the prints. You don't have to invest in a printer yet, which can be really expensive. As I became more established, doing more art fairs, thinking about opening my Etsy shop, I realized it would be helpful to buy a printer. My husband and we used some of our tax refund money to buy a nice printer with a built-in scanner. That way I could scan my artwork and have more control over the print settings and colors. It was a bigger upfront cost, but we made it back over time, and it ended up being a good investment and much more economical to print at home. Having your own printer gives you flexibility. You can test out different papers, adjust the colors, make quick changes without going back and forth using a printing company. And over the years, the printer that I've been the happiest with has been the Epson ET line. I have the ET 8500. It can print up to 11 by 17 inches. The colors are beautiful, and the EcoTank inks last way longer than regular cartridges. I print a lot, and I maybe have to refill the ink once or twice a year. This printer also has a photo black and a gray ink option, so that's cool. They also have really good customer service. They've always helped me troubleshoot or replace printers under warranty when needed. Scanners are great because they usually capture better image quality than, say, a smartphone photo. And even good cameras can distort things based on the lens or colors or pick up light glares. So if you can, I highly recommend that you scan your artwork. And if your piece is larger than your scanner, there are some companies out there that offer large format scanning services for artists. I use Photoshop to adjust the colors or touch up my images. There's also plenty of free tools out there to help you edit or format your files for printing. Choosing paper can be overwhelming. Thankfully, many paper companies offer samples, so if you want to experiment before committing, that's a great option. I've used Epson papers in the past, but my new favorite is from a company called Red River, and I highly recommend checking them out. I've tried out their sample packs to help me find what works best for me and my budget, and they also include free templates for things like their greeting cards, which I've also used. They also recommend printing settings for their different papers based on your specific printer, so that's cool. Once I print my images, I use a paper trimmer to cut off any excess so I have clean, borderless prints. So some printers, they can even print borderless prints going edge to edge on the paper. When selling my prints, I package each one in a clear sleeve with a cardboard backing board to protect the image. I also use rigid mailers from a company called EcoEnclose for shipping. It just adds that extra layer of protection. In all my years of selling on Etsy, I've maybe had 2 or 3 issues with prints getting bent or damaged in the mail. I print my own shipping labels with label paper sheets that I buy on Amazon. I don't ship a ton, so I don't feel like it's worth it to have like a dedicated shipping label printer. If printing and shipping your own artwork sounds like too much work, you can always outsource your printing or use something called drop shipping. So there are companies like Giclée Today, Printful, Millers, and others that can print your artwork for you on different papers or even canvas. I personally use Giclée Today for large format prints that are too big for my home printer, and they also offer drop shipping. So that means they'll print and ship directly to your customer without including any pricing information. The only downside to printing from home is that if your printer has any issues or breaks, it can be frustrating to fix. You might waste paper and ink trying to troubleshoot problems like smudging or weird color shifts. Thankfully, those issues don't happen very much, but it's just something to be aware of. So if you have other questions or ideas for future Catholic Art Talks with me, please let me know in the comments. And remember that you are loved. God loves you very much. I'll link another video here if you'd like to hear more art talk, and I'll see you in the next video.